Okay, now we're
Hey, Team Moxie crew. Thank you guys for having me on. Laura, you know how I feel about you and your team. I just simply adore you guys and your husband. And she's right. I'm still in Florida. I just ran upstairs. I had my last meeting. I started meetings today at 9 Eastern time. I had my last meeting just and it ran up here so I can make sure I was on time for the call. So I am kind of crazy right now, but not too busy at all. Definitely not too busy for you guys. This is what I'm here for. This is what I love to do. So I'm honored to be here and wouldn't have my Monday end in any other way besides here with you. So I did kind of prepare a 30-minute deal. So I know that thumbs up. Oh, okay. Okay. It got frozen for a second. I'm in the hotel room also, guys. So, all right. All right. So anyway, I'm just going to jump in because I definitely have 30 minutes full of stuff for you guys tonight. I hope you get something out of it. We're going to be talking about mindset. I think that mindset is a great topic for us to talk about right now as we're ending the year strong, as we're starting this new month. Let's just go ahead and take a deep unified breath. I think that even though we only have 30 minutes, I think it's great for us to kind of take this deep unified breath together and just get the day out. All right. So now that we kind of have the day out, if you can, I really want you to begin to think about your goals. If you can't, close your eyes and really begin to think about your goals and so I'm talking about your life goals, like your goals holistically. Begin to think about them. If you can, close your eyes and push out the day and just be in the moment. Because what I want you to often refer to as I'm speaking to you guys about this mindset are those goals that are in the forefront of your mind. So take a minute. Let's all, again, deep unified breath with those goals in the forefront of your mind. All right. So if you guys are here with me, that tells me that you definitely have the makings to be a successful coach. Of course, it's not about what you know, it's about what you do with know, but I think that this is an amazing first step towards investing in the knowledge necessary to get where you need to go and know how you need to work. So, this is going to be a stupid question. Who wants to be in the same place next year? Okay, I thought it was kind of a stupid question, but I thought I'd ask just in case there were any hands that raised. So let me say that it does not matter what happened yesterday. It does not matter what happened last month. It is not what happened earlier this year or even last year. Today is a new day. And no matter how your year has gone so far, today, I challenge you to make today a new day. And welcome to this new beginning. Let's get ready to attack your 2016 goals in order for us to propel our way into 2017. So I'm challenging you guys from this day forward to go ahead and turn up that intensity to a level that you've never experienced before, to a level that you that will allow you to finish strong, to finish the year, to finish your life story exactly how you envisioned it. Because I truly believe that there's no point in doing life if you're going to just be coasting through life. I mean, let's live life, Moxie crew. I know you guys are about living life. And so I'm going to challenge you guys on this call to also turn up the intensity and to run through the 2016 finish line. Now, I'm just going to tell you a really quick story about me. I'm very familiar with running through the finish line and turning up the intensity. Fun fact is that I was a runner. I guess I'm still a runner. Been a runner my entire life. I ran since I was a little kid and could barely walk. Let's see. I'm getting some chats. If you guys make sure. I love you too. So I was in summer clubs, and by the time I was 11, I was running year round. So I was running cross country, indoor track, outdoor track, literally like year round. I'm from Indiana, so it was a little cold during the winter, but I still ran year round. But one of the things that became known as my thing was the way that I'd finish my races. But this thing started with the mile race, which is 4 laps around the track, 1,600 meters, way, 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 way long ago, back in the day. Do I have any runners on the call with us? No. Okay. Okay. Well, I'm going to try to paint this picture then. I see some people who are kind of like, maybe a runner, maybe not. Well, maybe you can relate to the picture that I paint. So we're running this race, and then something happened. Something that was really game-changing for me happened because up until this point, like I mentioned, I've been running year-round, and so I was a winner. I won. I placed quite often. And so something game-changing happened. Going into the first turn on the 3rd lap, I hit a wall. And I slammed into the wall. But I still maintained a lead that was growing smaller by the second. And the girl who was catching me, she knew that I was dying. And I was giving her all the signs to come on and catch me. And then it happened. She actually caught me. And she caught me right before the start of the last lap. So right before the start of the last lap of this 4-lap race, the 1,600-meter mile race. Now, in track, guys, the long distance events, at that start of that last lap, that's where the opening to the track is. That's where your coach and the team are at. That's the starting line. That's the finish line. They're there recording times. They're yelling out your splits. That's where the bleachers start. So that's where the fans are. That's where your team, but that's also where the other team is. And they're like right in your face. And so when this girl passed me in front of the entire crowd, her team went wild. They went wild. And I immediately made eye contact with my coach and read his lips, and they said, "You better go." And then I heard my mom from way up in the bleachers screaming out, "Keichun, you better not let that girl beat you." And she was definitely that crazy mom who would run laps around the track with you as you ran your race. Love her to death. But I heard them, and I didn't want this girl to win either, especially after I led the entire race. I had big goals, and I had a scary vision, and I believed in me. And so with 200 meters left in this 1,600-meter race, a half a lap left of this 4-lap race, I leaned in, and I leaned in hard to my personal development. And my personal development was my own physicality and my training that taught me to actually lean into the track in order to finish strong. I leaned into my mental strength, and the mental strength came from the visualization exercises that, honestly, up until that point, I never even understood why our coach made us do. And at that point, the girl had gained about 15, 20 meters on me, but I kicked it in like I never had before. I kicked it in like I was running the 200-meter sprint. I had completely forgotten about the wall that we slammed into. I completely forgotten about how embarrassed I was when this girl passed me in front of the entire crowd. And I mean, blew past me after I led the entire race. I forgot about how my legs felt like concrete jello, how I forgot about all that, but I believed in me. And I wanted the title more than I cared about the pain, because death was, I thought the death was upon me, y'all. If I died, I would have died, though, leaving it all out on the field. And so despite that wall that I had just slammed into not even 500 meters ago, the 1,600-meter race, I kicked it into a gear that I never even knew existed in my body. With my sweat mixing with my tears, and my tears turning into fuel, I propelled and I pulled it off, and I won the race, and I did not die. I actually am still here, and I'm here to tell you the story to hopefully inspire you to also turn up the intensity. But from there on out, no matter where I was in the race, whether it be first place or last place, I finished it with a kick that was so strong and so powerful, it left people in awe, starting with myself. And the reason why is because even as a kid, running those 4 laps around the track, running that 1,600-meter mile race, I had a big goal. And my goal was to go to college. And that why had been embedded in my mind since I could speak. I can still hear my mother now Keichun, if you want to go to college, you better run fast because that's the only way that we can afford it. And regardless of if that's true or not, that's what I believed. And so I had no other choice but to believe in me and that I'm a champion. And so why do I share that? What do I want you to take away? I actually have 3 takeaways for you from that story that hopefully you can apply to your life and to this business. So the first takeaway is to set yourself up to be in the position to move positively towards the attainment of your goals. It's kind of long. Be in the position to move positively towards the attainment of your goals. We had a keynote speaker 2 years ago at Summit, DeWitt Jones. He says, put yourself in the place of highest potential. That's an easier way to say that. Basically, do the basic business producing activities daily and consistently, intentionally, regardless of how you feel, especially when things get tough, because that is the only way to set yourself up to be in the position to move positively towards the attainment of your goals. And that, guys, is the secret sauce. You guys know what that is. The 4 vital behaviors, those 4 vital, basic, necessary to survive behaviors, but every day, intentionally, consistently. That is a major key to success with those 4 vitals. Doing them one day and then falling off the next day is not what's going to get you to it's not what's going to put you in the place of highest potential. Doing them consistently will. So another big way to maximize your success, and when I say maximize your success, guys, I mean the vision that you've created, that vision that you're thinking about, that we put in the forefront of your mind before we started a call. That's what I mean by setting yourself up for maximum success. Your vision, not Laura's, not your husband's, not your success partners, but what you desire, who you desire to become. But one way to achieve that is by achieving Success Club. It's a benchmark. Using those 4 vital behaviors, helping 3 people every month, period. And I think it needs to be a must-happen goal every month. And inviting and not looking at inviting as just the invite to the coaching or just the invite to the challenge group for your paid. I'm talking about inviting people to your world, inviting people to your life. That's what I'm going to mean. That's my definition of inviting. And inviting is the only way to put yourself in the potential to help 3 people every month and ensure that that happens. So you need to be consistently inviting people to your world. And of course, that means eventually to your challenge group, to the coaching opportunity, in order to keep your pipeline prime. So invite to your challenge groups, help those challengers get results, put them in the place of coach potential, and then invite them to the coaching opportunity. Don't be a disservice to people who are waiting on you to ask them to, whatever aspect they're waiting on you to invite them to. Don't be a people who need you. Actually, the last meeting today was with Kim Rogers, who's from here where I'm at in Boca Raton, and she's living with Parkinson's. And she's a 2-star diamond premier coach living with Parkinson's, and she says that her doctor's appointments have dwindled. She doesn't have to go to as many acupuncture appointments anymore, and her doctor attributes that to her Beachbody community, guys. So when I say invite, like, don't be a disservice to the people who literally need your invitation. Okay, sorry, I'm going to get off my high horse. But going back really quick, there are people who are literally waiting on you to ask. So get uncomfortable and share. I think that oftentimes people look at December like, oh, December is a slow month. It's the holidays. Guys, use this. Go into December intentionally. Use the holidays as an opportunity to reach out to your friends, to your followers, to your family, to your friends. New and old coaches, former challengers, everyone should know that you are someone that they can go to for their health and fitness needs, as well as their mentorship if they're wanting to start a new business. Beachbody business. Beachbody Health Bed starting in January. That means that we have to get them in December. So let's bet that we can make them fall in love with fitness starting in January. Let's bet that they can get a piece of the $2 million up to $3 million pot that's going to be happening in January because they decided that they wanted to do this journey. But we have to make sure that we invite them. But use the holidays. Be intentional with the holidays. And I actually have a few tips about the holidays. So tip 1, you can have a holiday party. I'm reading my tips off my notes. Sorry. You have a holiday party. If you are not invited to any holiday parties, if you are invited to any holiday parties, go. Be a yes man this Christmas. If you're not invited to any holiday parties, I challenge you to have one. You can invite your neighbors, parents from your kids' school, sporting events, coaches, teachers, housekeepers, anyone, right? Your friends. The list goes on, but be mindful that this is a really great opportunity to also reconnect with people who you may have lost contact with. But at these parties, of course, the idea is to have fun, but be sure that you also have some networking goals in mind. How many leads do you want from each party? How many contacts do you want to gain, receive, or hand out? Those type of networking goals. At the parties, you can give gift exchanges with programs, products. You can have share healthy recipes and desserts made with Shakeology. But the goal in these parties are to build rapport with the guests and to keep the party conversations casual and light. And when I say casual and light, my best advice for that is to talk about something that they love to talk about, and that's themselves. Be interested more than interesting. And when people at these parties ask, what do? You may say something like, well, I'm a teacher by trade, but my passion is my new business. And that's when you can begin to share the story of how you started your Beachbody business, what interested you in the opportunity, what it's doing for you, or what you plan on it providing for your family, as well as what you've seen it done firsthand. Again, keep these conversations short and sweet and enjoy the party. And if they want to hear more, set a follow-up date. Maybe you guys can meet at Starbucks or Panera Bread later on that week. But leave them with questions, and that is a great way to get that contact. And it's also a great way to follow up. And guys, the fortune is in the follow-up, not in the contact. It's not in receiving the contact. It's in the actual follow-up. So if you do take on my challenge and go to these holiday parties, and you're intentional about these holiday parties and inviting people to your world, remember that it's not about that invitation to your world. It is about the follow-up. And lastly, be someone who is, when resolutions come up, be someone that people know that they can go to for whatever their health and fitness New Year resolutions goals are. So those are some tips I have about maximizing holidays. So I do have 2 more tips. I'm sorry. Second to last, you can help coaches and prospects learn how to make their pockets jingle for the holidays. Now, be very mindful of making income claims, right? Be very mindful of making income claims. But that's a great way for them to pay off their holiday spending or replenish what was spent or get ready for spring break, since it's like the next big thing. Second thing is you can set a goal for December to donate to some sort of charity. I've seen people use the number of people that they help, and for each person that they help collectively in their organization, they donate 2 cans of food to their local charity or whatever. I've seen people, teams collectively donate sheep to third world countries. But you can be intentional about December. Don't say, oh, December's slow, and then take a step back. Be intentional and go make it a good month. Okay, sorry. I'm going to get back on to topic, but I wanted to give you some of those holiday tips. Put yourself in a place of highest potential. If you plan on staying around for 2 years, which I ask everyone if you plan on staying around for 1 year, but if you plan on staying around for 2 years, here's a fun fact for you. You can increase what you're currently doing by 234%, and that's by helping 3 people every month consistently for 2 years. So you can increase your income by 234%. This is proven, and that's at least 72 people that would have benefited from you and from your intention and from your effort in 2 years. Be consistent with Hidden Success Club. If we worked for someone else and our goal was to help 3 people every month and we didn't, I think that we would be fired. And this is not someone else's business. We're not clocking in. This is your own business. So put yourself in the place of highest potential, no matter what your goals are. That's what I love about Success Club. You can use it as a tracking system. And guys, if Success Club turns you off, this is your business. Change it. Change it to something that more accurately depicts what we're doing. Maybe it's the Changing Lives Club. Maybe it's the Save a Lady Club. I don't know, but change it to something that more accurately depicts what we're doing. And if you if you aren't hitting Success Club, I encourage you to figure out why. Look deep within. Let's talk. We can go deep. But if you're not, I challenge you to begin to put yourself in the place of highest potential. Also, I challenge you to create small wins for yourself. If you're not hitting Success Club, that does not mean that you're a failure, guys. I want to make sure I make that very clear. If you're not hitting Success Club, it does not mean you're a failure, but that does mean to be intentional and figure out why, and let's figure out what we can do to help 3 people consistently every month. All right. So 4 basic necessary to survive vital behaviors every day. Each one is crucial to your success. The second thing I want you to take away from my story is to keep running. To keep running. When that girl passed me, I didn't stop. It wasn't the end of my race. It wasn't the end of my life. I had a choice right then and there to make. And that choice was to give it my all intentionally. I'm going to say that a million more times tonight. Or to give up. And you have a very similar choice right now at this exact moment. Are you going to give it your all, regardless of if you've achieved goals or not? Are you going to continue to give run that finish line, or are you going to give up? Have you already given up? Don't stop 3 feet from the end of the month, from the end of the year, from the end of your daily routine of growing your business. Don't stop 3 feet from who you desire to become at the end of this all. And guys, people may slow down. People may say, you know what, December is slow. I am going to slow down. But I don't think our goals change with the season. Our goals that we set in January and our goals that we set in July and October after Summit, they don't change with the season. Who you desire to become, I don't think wavers due to a quote unquote slower month or because it's December or because it's the last quarter. Have a paradigm switch when life happens to you, when these quote unquote lulls happen. Get excited about the growth that you're about to embark upon because life is happening, because you're not going to slow down, because you're going to be intentional about running through the finish line and turn up that intensity. Some people are living life like we have 2 lives to live. We only have 1 life. Why not give this baby all we got? So the secret to success, I gave you the secret sauce, which was the 4 vital behaviors. But the secret to success is consistency. It's not so secret, right? To be successful in business, in life, you don't have to know everything, guys, but you do have to be consistent with what you do know, and you need to be consistent with pursuing the answers to what you don't. And know that 100% of the things that you do today will affect who you become tomorrow. And so even if you're not seeing your immediate desired results, as long as you are consistent, it will happen. Patience is another secret to success. So patience and consistency are the big secrets of success. Gary Vaynerchuk talked about patience at Summit. If you didn't hear him, ask someone about it. I know that we are running limited on time, so I'm not going to go into it. But you guys on Moxie Crew, you guys have what it takes. But you have to check your champion mindset. And guys, it all starts in the mind. It starts with your beliefs. That is the difference that I see from the people who achieve their desired success and the people who don't. It's the belief in themselves. So be intentional about creating that belief in yourself. So, and of course, instilling that belief is learn from the 4 vital behaviors. Most importantly, personal development. But speaking of mindset, back to school, winter time, 4th quarter, Christmas, December, everybody's pregnant right now, it seems like. This is not the time of the year to slow down on your goals and who you want to be. This is go time. And even if you're not, like I mentioned, yielding those desired results, I can guarantee that you guys are planting wicked seeds. As long as you're still going, you're building relationships, you're forming prospects, you're constantly sharing so people know where and who to go for the fitness needs, and you're not overthinking it. Don't overthink it, guys. Just do it. It doesn't have to be perfect. As a matter of fact, no one likes perfectionism. No one likes anyone perfect. So just do it because someone out there is waiting on that post. They're waiting on that live video. They're waiting on you to share that transformation picture. They're waiting on what you will do. So this is the time of year to go. This is not the time of year to slow down. Whew. So stay consistent in the simplicity and then be patient. So I'm going to stay here a little while we're talking about mindset. The last couple of months, I heard over and over, it was tough. I'm sure you guys have heard it too. And my response to that was, wow, really? Other people are achieving their hugely audacious goals. So let's talk about this, because what are you going to do about it? Are you going to give up? Are you going to turn up the intensity? Are you going to be intentional? Are you going to change your goals? Are you going to sandbag it and say, I'm going to wait until January? Are you going to stop reaching out to people? Stop working out? Stop drinking your Shakeology? Are you going to stop sharing your story? Are you going to log off of social media for a phone? Are you going to let those people down who are waiting on you, namely yourself, namely your family? If you want things you never had, you're going to have to do things you never done. So you're going to have to turn up the intensity. And so this is the time of year where we do have to remember our why and visit and revisit our vision boards from the beginning of the year and from last time. This time of year where we get to see who has it in them to achieve those audacious goals. This is also the time when excuses come up more often. So it's slow. Kids are going back to school. People are traveling. It's the holidays. You name it, it can be an excuse. I challenge you to move beyond those excuses. I challenge you to replace those excuses with affirming words. Stop thinking that negative mess. I call it your negative BS, belief systems. Stop thinking that negative BS, because that is what champions do. That is what leaders do. That's what people on a mission to achieve their audacious and wildest dreams do. They turn the intensity and they replace those negative BS with you have to adapt to the change of speed. Perhaps you have to dig deeper to achieve goals that come easier in other months. It's okay. Champions adapt because our goals don't change with the time of year. Goals don't change with the season. And in these months, when you're feeling the pressure, when you're feeling the growth, that is when your history is written. That's the beauty of it. Right now is when your history is written. So if you let your foot off the brake, let me tell you, it's okay. Because champions falter. Like I mentioned, it doesn't matter what happened yesterday or last month or the beginning of this year or last year. It starts right now. So if you have taken your foot off the brake, I challenge you to get back on, because champs may falter, leaders may falter, but they always course correct. So get back on course. Take this next month, take this last month of the year and turn up the intensity. You have to be intentional about it though. So I say it's the end of summer, it's Christmas time, it's slower. Who cares? Because what I do know is that there are 2 out of 3 people who are overweight in the United States. 2 out of every 3 people are overweight in the United States right now. What I do know is that there are people that we can help right now, today. There are people who need this fitness journey, this health journey in December. There are people who are waiting, who are counting on us. But it's up to you to move beyond those excuses and to see through those excuses, to personally develop beyond those excuses and not go into a shell because of them. Because like I said, they need us more than ever. And guys, we need you. And I believe in us. I'm my mom screaming from way up in the bleachers saying that you guys got this. But do you guys understand that? Do you really believe that you have everything that it takes today to achieve your wildest goals and dreams? Like, you have everything it takes today to achieve everything that you've ever imagined for yourself and for your family. Wow. And it's those vital behaviors to get there. And all you have to do is do it. That's how we end the trend of obesity. That's how we change entire lives. Okay. So some of you guys may be saying, you know what? Some of you guys, I'm giving this all I got. I've gut checked myself and I truly cannot give this anything else. If that is you and you're giving this thing all you got, keep going, girlfriend. That's what this is about. That's what going big means. It's not to beat yourself up if you don't hit goals. Goals to ensure that our daily actions are aligned correctly. It's to gut check ourselves to ensure that we're doing all we can to achieve them and to help others achieve theirs. It's about what you've learned. It's about who you become. It's about the number of people you've connected with. It's about who you become in the pursuit of achieving your goals. So run through your finish line, no matter what, no matter where you are. Turn up the intensity and fall through that, baby. Champions keep running their race, period, regardless of anything that happens. Third and final thing is to lean in and to finish strong. Lean in on your training, lean in on your team. Most importantly, though, lean in on your personal development and finish this month, finish this year, and start 2017, stronger than you could ever imagine. Kick it into a gear that you never even knew existed, that freaks you out because there's still time left. This is the forever. So go. It's go time. It's time for us to turn up the intensity. I want everyone on this call to wake up tomorrow and the next day and the day after that, knowing that you could not have given the previous day a fingernail tip more. Champions understand that it's not about the start. It is about the finish. So how will you finish? Are you living or are you coasting? Moxie crew, are you living or are you coasting? Do you want to be where you are today, a year from now, and 2 years from now? Heck no, I know I don't. So live life means finishing your story to the full potential. And that means that you're going to have to turn up the intensity. And that means that you're going to have to push through that voice that says stop. You're going to have to push through that voice that says you won't make it. Push through that voice that says you can do it later. The voice who says, who do you think you are? You're not Barbie. You're not Ken. You're being a bad mom. Push through that voice that says you can wait till January. Push through all that and find people to push with you and to help you push and find new ways to push and to keep you pushing. And whatever it takes, keep pushing towards the person that you said you want to be. And be intentional and run through this finish line. That is the only way that you finish this year and start next year and finish your life story strong. And there are people whose survival and success is waiting on what you will bring, and that does not start tomorrow. That does not start January 1st. Champions start right now. The time is now. If you want things you've never had, you're going to have to do things you've never done, period. I believe in you. You guys got this. I'm running last with you guys. Moxie crew, please hear my heart when I say you have everything you need. You have the makings to achieve everything you've ever wanted to achieve. All you got to do is push and turn up the intensity and believe.
I feel like I held my breath the whole time. I was like, oh, what's happening? You look at this. I'm obsessed. Every single thing you said. One of the things that blew me away was some people are living like we have two lives to live. Boom. I mean, every single thing you said was like a mic drop moment. I just wanted to like jump out of my chair and scream. But I'm pumped. You're absolutely right. Like anything that our hearts desire, anything we want to do for our family, for our customers, for our coaches, we have every tool, every resource. We need to get out of our own head, quit the BS, the belief system that's negative, and get out there and do it. We have, 26 days left in the month to make some lives change, to change your own life. I mean, I don't know about you, but a goal that I have is to crazily add to my contact list. So by 2017, I have new relationships, new planted seeds, new contacts, new challenges, new coaches, new everything. Not new everything because I love the team, but like new people to love on. And I hope that you guys have the same mindset to really beat personal records this month, beat your own record, never finish the race without giving it your all. I love it. Keichun, thank you so much. Moxie, thank you guys so much for joining. I'm going to post this recording soon, so you know you want to give this to your team, because I almost cried during it, but I was trying to keep it together to be not lame. So thank you so much, Keichun.
You're welcome.